So we're in the breeder lab today, and from a conversation I had with Ben the other day, I was inspired to try a slightly different style of video here. So we're going to be talking about how to set up a tank to breed killifishes. The idea here is that I think a lot of people assume that just because a lot of killifish keepers are like super hardcore, that means that it's really hardcore to keep killies. It's really not. So I'm going to show you how to set up this 2.5 gallon to breed a pair of Nothobranchius ricovii, also known as, probably the most beautiful freshwater fish in the world. So the first thing we're going to start off with is I have some water from one of our tanks back here. And I'm going to have to go get more because this is a 2.5 gallon tank and I have a gallon jug. I'm coming. Okay. I'm not going to bother filling this up all the way just because I don't need to. Alright, so the next big important thing is you're going to want a filter. You'll notice I'm squirreling everything from around me here. So just a little spun filter, nothing fancy. No need to get crazy, but this was in another tank so that it was cycling in there. Yep. And then you're going to want some stuff for your female to hide in. So in this case I'm using Anubias, but you can use literally anything. I do not care. And I just revealed I have a lid. Killies jump, so you need a lid. In this case I'm putting in ricovii. So I have a little deli cup full of coconut fiber. They will spawn inside of it. If you're smarter than me, you'll use a glass deli cup because that's heavy enough that it'll sink. This plastic deli cup is not, so I had to put in a little river stone in the bottom here so that it actually sinks. So note those are dirt spawning killies, so it's going to get a little messy here, but whatever. It's all part of the process here. Alright. Now I need my fish. Isn't this fun? Okay. Male and female Nothos. Put a lid on it. And there you go. You have a tank to set up killies. In this case, Nothobranchius ricovii. You might ask, what if I don't want to do a dirt spawner? What if I don't want to, deal with dirt? Alright, fine. You want to breed clown killies? Here you go. Put in a spawning lot. Same tank. Genuine and serious. Killifish are stupid easy to work with. Anyone that has room for a 2.5 gallon has room to work with killifiches. And so I would say just give it a go. Like, you don't need anything fancy. This is how I bred Nothobranchius Forshii and Eggersii at home in my spare bedroom, just kind of out of the way, tucked away in just 2.5 gallon tanks. Depending on how warm, like here the basement is heated, so I don't need it. But let's say if it's in your spare bedroom and gets a little cold, all right, fine. You can put in a little flue wall heater and then you're set. Don't overthink it. It's really easy. It's a lot of fun, and it's crazy what kind of behaviors you get. Like in particular, I really love the egg scatterers and in this case, in the dirt, just because you get this see the cool diving behavior. But yeah, so literally that's the entire video. I didn't have much planned for it, but I just wanted to really hone in. I think most people are overthinking it. This is what it takes to breed killies. Anyways, question from the audience.
Do we have to worry about water chemistry or anything?
I have never had to worry about chemistry for killifishes. I'm sure there are killifishes out there that are sensitive just because, there's like 400 of them, but I've never worked with them. I've heard of them spawning in anything from 6.5 to 7.8 pH. TDS from like, let's say 50 to 400, and like for me, I've had them spawn anywhere from like 72 to like 82 degrees. They're highly adaptable fish. That's their entire niche, is we're gonna live in this random little puddle that exists for like 6 months, and then we're gonna make do with whatever's going on there. So that makes them really easy projects in a home aquarium. I am dead serious. I think that anyone who's looking to just completely blow everyone else out of the water in a Breeders' Award program for like Breeder of the Year award should probably preemptively start breeding killies. So like, because the incubation time of like an egg of a dirt spawning killie is like anywhere from 12 to 20 something weeks. If you start spawning them in like, let's say November, December, and then you're incubating them, and then the early part of the year you just start blasting killifish fry, and then I think if you transition into like egg scatterers as your, all the eggs you've collected over the previous few months, then you can just keep going. But I think it would be really easy to throw like 50 species in a year just by doing killies and like danios or something like that. All right, so this is how you set up to breed. If you're looking for information on what to do when you have eggs, or how to process the eggs and how to collect them, we do have videos on that. Ben did a great video on collecting eggs from a spawning mop, and I did a video on dirt spawning killies. So check those out. And fun fact, we're a fish store. All of these supplies you can get here. We're actually working on making our own spawning mops for people to work with. They won't be green, they'll be black, because we're watercolors and our logo's black and white. And sponge filters, little heaters, small tanks, and limited quantities of the coconut husk. So I would say, if you're really ambitious, or not that ambitious and you want to breed killies in this case, come on down to the gallery, see what we got, and we'll get you hooked up and ready to go. But until next time, try to find something to keep those hands wet.